Hi everyone, I'm Jay. It's good to see you again. In some cases though, there's a lot of people who be coming to this video today completely oblivious as to who I am. Well, as I've already said, my name is Jay from the UK. Do a lot of sim racing and other racing content on this channel here on YouTube. Also do a few streams on Twitch. Don't always just get racing stuff on there. We do branch out into other stuff like RPGs, party games, pro wrestling. Seriously, anything you can think of, I've probably done it on there. Just don't suggest horror games because they don't always go down too well. And today we are going to be doing some F1 Clash. Those who are regulars to the channel wondering, what's F1 Clash? Well, F1 Clash is a mobile game where you can compete in thrilling 1v1 races with the toughest rival race drivers from around the world. From PvP duels and weekly leagues to the Grand Prix events held every F1 race day, there are endless ways to make a name for yourself. Will you tell your drivers to go all out from the first lap, or play the long game and sneak victory on the final corner? This is a game with official Formula 1 content. We're talking teams, drivers, circuits from the FIA Formula 1 World Championship season, including Hamilton, Verstappen, Norris and all the rest. You can set strategies, push your drivers or tell them to hold back, collect more drivers as you go through the series, training them up and the parts of your car as well. All whilst the weather will also be constantly changing, causing you to rethink a couple of strategies, but don't panic about that because the person you are dueling as well at the same time with their own drivers, their own upgrades, they'll be going through the same tough decisions that you will as well. Get more points than your opponent and you win the round. But the main reason I come to you today is that all the way over there on the right hand side, the F1 Clash Community Championship 2023. I have been given the task of taking over as team captain for this community championship. Alfa Tauri, I even got the hat from a previous F1 manager save on the channel. You should probably check that out at some point. And when I took over, it was just before the latest standings, the latest scores have been released, and I found ourselves doing pretty well. You lot who are in AlphaTauri right now, you are doing an absolutely fantastic job, and we were in 4th position. Well, we've jumped up into the podium places. The F1 Clash Community Championships, I will leave a link underneath, is an event, a big event going on in F1 Clash at the moment, with cash prizes for the top 3 teams and players within those teams. And I want you lot to be taking home some of those winnings. So those who are in AlphaTauri right now, we're going to keep pushing. We're going to I'll tell you what though, I'll be happy with a podium. I feel that we can catch up the top 2. The top 2 are a fair bit in front, and they have some very good captains at the same time, willing each other on. And behind us, Mercedes and Williams, we need to keep a close eye behind us. But I do feel at the same time, if we push, and if you're not watching this from AlphaTauri, seeing this now, and it gets you to do an extra 1 or 2 races, that could be the difference maker, and it just could cause the top 2 teams to be like, who's that coming up behind us? We can only hope, right? But yeah, let's crack on with our rewards from our latest team event. A very solid 10th place in admittedly the first event that I've really put quite a lot of effort into. And yes, I'm aware that we are in junior at the moment. I am a very new player to the game, but very eager to learn, very eager to get myself up the series and these leagues as well, to get even bigger and better rewards, and most importantly, points for the teams and clubs that I'm going to be in. And well, it wouldn't be much of a captain if I wasn't to try and get as high as I could to get my own team in the F1 Clash Community Championships and points as well, right? And there's a summary of my event crate. Next week, fingers crossed, it's even bigger and better rewards. We also go up to Challenger 2, slowly making our way towards Contender, which is my main aim over this month. I'm going to show you my quite low rewards for these as well. I do have a few extra crates after this as well that I had left over. Note, I am in a slightly lower series, so those who are very experienced at the game probably won't find much of interest in these two crates here, but those who are new just like me, enjoyed the openings. If you have any strategies, if you have any tips or anything like that that you wish to share with myself and anybody else who could be looking for them, feel free to chuck them in the chat underneath. I would massively appreciate it. The level we're at, and like I said in that last bit as well, how new we are to the game, pretty decent rewards. That will do me very nicely if we ever go that low into the events again. However, I do, and I think we all do, need to be looking at getting to that Contender and Championship levels. So next week I will be jumping onto Challenger, testing the waters, seeing how we do with that. Speaking of what it is next or slash this week, it is the Hot Prospects event, which gives us a really nice rare and epic 20% stat boost on Piastri, Sargent and De Vries. I know De Vries is a little bit older than a Hot Prospect, so just see it as rookie, right? Is that really so hard to do? I don't know, I've looked at a few places and apparently it is. Who knew? But we will be getting onto there, seeing how we do with Challenger, find out how our progress gets on twitch.tv/JayCaulls. Usually stream a little bit of F1 Clash on there on Saturdays and Sundays. It is usually before we do a race reaction. So next race is, if I get this out, it is Dutch Grand Prix, August the 26th, 2 o'clock my time. So we'll probably be live with some F1 Clash for certain an hour before qualifying and races. When it's not a race weekend, it could be any time, but I do try and get in a little bit of F1 Clash on Saturdays and Sundays at the very least. Best place to find out when I'm going to be next live is through the Discord at the top. That's the link up there, but you can also find it in the video description below. And down that other corner, if you want, chuck a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel to check out the rest of the content that we do around here, and comment underneath who you are racing for in the F1 Clash Community Championship. Due to my level in the game, hopefully you lot who are just starting as well can join that journey with me as we rise higher up through the ranks, and those who are already up there, hopefully give people like myself and those who've just joined as well a little bit of advice, strategies, that sort of thing on the way as well. So thumbs up the video, subscribe, follow the Twitch as well for the live streams, Discord up there especially for the Alfa Tauri Community Championship players, and I shall see you all next video. Thanks so much for watching, take care of yourselves, more importantly please make sure you also take care of each other.